Welcome to Wealth Flow with the Black Mentor. I am Joseph Nantomia, multimillionaire real estate investor and life coach. The Wealth Flow show is to help you develop a wealth building mindset so you can achieve wealth and build financial freedom. And as you all know, the Black Mentor show and brand has been doing so well in the past few years. Recently, I won the IOTPA award to be the number one in the United States. Yours truly, the top inspirational coach and entrepreneur of the year. And we've been doing great things. And, I want to tell you, these things don't come easy. We make it look easy, but it's a whole lot of work. And with all that is coming up, you want to take action. You just want to make sure that you get out there. And before we move on to the show today, I just want to remind you that, in the month of October, we're going to be having our master's class, How to Be Successful in the Diaspora. And of course, come November, we're going to be having the boot camp. The boot camp is coming up on the 10th. And I think it's on the 10th of November to the 12th. It's going to be 3 days of intensive coaching where I'll be showing you how to market, how to sell, how to build your real estate business from scratch. And what has been very, very interesting about the Wealth Flow Bootcamp, again, which is coming up on November 10th to the 12th, is the fact that people can actually take what we coach them in our office and practicalize it. It's not just something you come on, you learn and you sit on it. You can actually go out there, learn how to do it, and take necessary actions and see how you can move your life forward from where you are to where you want to be. Let's hear from one of the attendees of that class.
Obviously, when I leave here, I will not be the same person again because the Black Mentor has really changed my mindset on how I see things now. And he has really, with the teaching and everything, he has been able to bring out the potentials in me. And I know I have the possibility to go out there and make the change that I need, that the world needs.
Quality. Be fast in taking decision. Some of you I'm gonna go talk to my wife. The wife. You just think it's excuses, but you're blocking yourselves. You're not taking that. The wife will use the husband as excuse. The husband will use the wife as excuse. The wife, let me go talk. I'm not saying disrespect your husband. That's not what I'm saying. But me and my wife, we have a boundary where we know that this is what we want. So if she goes out and she's getting opportunity, she knows already what I want. She's going to give a yes, then come back and tell me. But some of you be like, okay, let me go think. Before you're going to think about it, somebody else has taken it. Say yes and go do the whatever you want to do. Don't say, I will go think about it. Let me tell you.
Yeah, makes you ready for the journey to be in the real estate, ready to be in this, that this is where I want to be. If you really want to be in this, it makes you prepared. So it's a nice program, no regret at all. It's even worth more than the money paid for it. So because it excites, it gives you excitement. It ignites the fire in you, to ready to do something for yourself.
That is how people miss opportunity. I'm just telling you, can I be real? I'm telling you why people lose money, why people lose opportunities. They tell you, I want to go think about it. Speed, nobody's waiting for you. Before you are thinking about that transaction, somebody else has taken the deal. Opportunities come every single day. Some of them you are losing it because you are thinking too much. And I understand there is something called due diligence and all that, but the truth of the matter is you have to choose the space you're operating in. You don't let people choose you. It is when you let people choose you and bring you to their space, that's when you're no more confident because you're not in a space that you know.
And that is amazing, because the truth of the matter is when we're talking about, mindset, it all boils down to it's garbage in, garbage out, right? If you put in If you put in gold when the process is coming out, it's going to be gold. You put in clay when the process comes out, it's going to be clay. I mean, there's no way you can plant. I've never seen anyone who planted a mango tree and ripped an apple. Maybe it was a miracle, but you know, the truth of the matter is, it's what you put in there. And you see a lot of people out there, they want to get the things you have, but they don't want to do the work you do. And this is just a wrong mindset of people who don't really understand how things really work. You know, they see you doing all the flashy things and you're living good and you're doing that. But the truth of the matter is there's a whole lot of work that goes in the background.
That not everybody sees.
Not everybody. It took a whole lot of planning to put this whole team and put the technical side, you know, sign contracts and set up all this graphics and talk to the people and bring them, you know, to put this whole show that we're going to do for the next 6 months. We didn't just wake up, but, you know, people don't see that. And people have been taught to just, you know, the fast food style. You know, you just drive in there, take the food and get out.
The get rich quick scheme. Everyone thinks it happens and it exists.
And you know, the moment people see you, they think, oh, where did he show up from? Where did this guy come from? They don't know this was 10 years work, 10 years of struggling and failing and struggling and failing. And when it comes to the right mindset, there's nothing wrong when you fail. The truth of the matter is, if you've never failed, you will never appreciate success. You know, you can make a ton of money, and, you know, I'm going to talk about this when it comes to, you know, investing in my other topics. You can go on Facebook Marketplace and make a ton of money. Okay? For example, you can go to one of the sites, let me use this for example, called Alibaba.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I've heard about Alibaba.
You've heard of Alibaba? Mm-hmm. You can go there and talk to a manufacturer in China and buy this mug for as low as $2.
Yeah.
And the truth of the matter is, you don't have to pay.
Explain.
Okay. So you go there, you take the picture, you come to Facebook Marketplace, same picture, same information, the mug, description, and everything. You copy it and put it on Facebook Marketplace. You put the price in.
$10.
$10. How much are you making?
$8.
When somebody wants to buy, they click on it, they pay you.
But it goes straight from that site to them. You never have to touch the product.
That's what I'm saying.
Okay.
You click on it. When you click on it, you get all the information, and the money's in your account now on Facebook Marketplace, right? Mm-hmm. And you order the cup, but guess what? You're not ordering it to yourself.
It's going to the customer who bought it.
You order it with the address that they put on the site, and this mug goes straight to them.
Yeah.
And people are making money like this. At the same time, people are sitting down, and you can do this on Facebook Marketplace, you can do it on Amazon, you can do it in so many other places, right? Now, people are doing this, it's called ship dropping and so many other things. Why some other person sits down at home and say there is no job? It's all about your mindset. When it comes to money, a lot of people learn how to manage their money, financial literacy and all that from their parents. They're the first people who teach us. And I say this all the time. We all learn how we're going to, you know, handle money, how money is used and things like that. And a lot of us, sadly, our parents do not know anything when it comes about handling money. The only thing they know is I make some money and I spend some money. And when it comes to money, there are two things involved. You can either spend the money you have or invest the money you have. You can't just sit on the fence. And the best way to always work when it comes to money, to always maximize what you have, is by investing your money. And this has always shown to be the best way to go about it. And today I want to show you what it's all about. Now, money is not the physical currency that you see. Money is the value. I just showed you that one time Abraham was rich in cattle, and the Bible says he was the richest man in the world, and Solomon was rich in gold. Who knows, one day somebody's going to be the richest when it comes to cryptocurrency or some digital currency or something. So money is not that thing that you're changing. Money is simply the value you're given. The more value you give, the more income you earn. Okay? So you have to understand this whole thing. Now,
The physical money controls economics. That is simply what is that's why it's sometimes scarce. So if you are in a certain category or level in life with people, in your society, you pay a certain amount. That is why you have in a company, somebody is earning $500,000 a year and somebody is earning $50,000 a year in the same company. They have the same ID, they go into the same building, but somebody is giving up more value. So he or she is earning more money and somebody is not. So when you understand the principles about money, because everything in life is principled, right? So many things that people don't know. When you understand the principles of making money, I bet you will never go broke. For example, there's the principle of gravity. If you walk to downtown Milwaukee or downtown anywhere in the United States, but I live in Wisconsin, so I'm going to use my beautiful city, Milwaukee. You go to downtown Milwaukee, and I am black, and I jump down from the building. What's going to happen to me? I'm going to splash, break my neck, and I'm going to pass on. Now, if a white guy, a Caucasian guy does the same, goes to that same building and jumps down from that building, the fact that he's Caucasian doesn't mean he's going to be spared. That same person is going to go through the same process that I went through. Now, let's try for a Chinese guy, the same thing. Try for an Indian guy, the same thing. Try for an Hispanic, it's going to be the same thing. Why are they all dying or breaking their necks? Because it's a principle. It is called the principle of gravity. It doesn't matter who you are, whether you're black, you're green, you're yellow, you're purple. If you go to the tallest building in downtown Milwaukee and you jump down, you're going to die. It's the same principles that surrounds money. When you come to understand that there's a principle when it comes to making money, investing money, and using money to better your life, you will never go broke. Too many people are exchanging their time for money. And how long can you do that? Maybe 20 years, maybe 30 years? If you're lucky and, depending on what you're doing, and one day you break your back and now you don't have the time to exchange money. True life story. I used to have a hair barber who used to cut hair for over 20 years, maybe 19, 20 years. And when I met this guy, we started talking, and every time I go cut my hair, we would just, while he's cutting my hair, we would just be talking about what I was doing, real estate and all that. What happened was I started changing his perception to things. And what was amazing was he had a very beautiful credit. His credit was over 700. But you see, what he needed was two things. He needed new information, and he also needed someone that can give him a push. So, true life story. I used to have a barber who was cutting hair for at least 19 to 20 years of his life. When I met him, I would go to the salon, he would cut my hair, and we just talk about what I was doing when it comes to my real estate investment businesses. Now, this guy had an excellent credit, over 700, but didn't know what to do with it. He would just sit down and was like, you know what, I have a good credit. Now, in the United States, there are 3 C's, right? We have credit, collateral, cash. These are the things you need that helps you to do business, to do exchange, to buy stuff and whatever. And one of the most important ones of the 3 C's is actually credit. When I came to the United States, I thought cash was good. I mean, cash is king, but trust me, credit is more respected in the United States. It shows you're credible. It shows you're credit worthy. It shows that, you're going to be trusted. When I started talking to this guy, in less than 9 months, he bought his first real estate. 2 things happened there. Number 1, he took decision. Number 2, he got new information. And the thing about real estate investment is you don't need to have all the money in the world to get into real estate. All you need is a down payment. That is all you need. You get somebody who wants to sell the property, you put down a down payment, you get a contract, and technically the property is yours. And you can go to the bank. Now, if I walk into a bank, say Bank of America, and I tell Bank of America, hey, Bank of America, your shares are doing good? They will say, yes, my shares are doing good. And I tell them,
I want you, Bank of America, to loan me $1 million because I want to use that $1 million to buy your own shares. They will not sell it to me. They will not give me that loan. However, if I walk into the bank and I tell the bank I need $1 million to invest into real estate, guess what? They will give me the money. That tells you something. Investing your money is going to help you. So you keeping your money in the bank is not doing you any good. In fact, studies have shown that in the last 5 years, if you had $1 million in the bank, based on inflation and so many other factors out there, your money is not worth $1 million. Yes, you will see the number $1 million, but truly all you have is less than $500,000. But what do? You have to get to a point where you work. And I always say this in my videos, I'm not against 9-to-5 people. If you're in the 9-to-5, it is good. What I always preach is do not stay there for too long. Make some money, get some cash. Now convert your cash into investment. That is when you become a winner. You always convert the cash that you have into an investment. It could be any form of investment. It doesn't have to be real estate alone. It could be you buying the shares. It could be you buying real estate. It could be you investing in cryptocurrency, whatever you understand. But never leave your money in the bank. When you leave your money in the bank, you're doing yourself a disservice. What happens when you go into the bank? You walk into the bank, you give them $1,000. You say, hey, I want you to keep my $1,000 for safekeeping. They give you a piece of paper to show you that guaranteed we received $1,000. The moment you step out of the door, they take that money and they loan it out and make profit on your own money. And right now in the United States, what do you get? 1%. But you can also take this $1,000 with the right information and put it down as a down payment on a real estate investment. With just $1,000, you can actually have a property in the United States. Do you know that? If you have the right credit, you know how to go about with your leverage, you can easily do that. So what the bank is doing, you can actually do it for yourself. You can take your money, you can loan it out to a business person, you can make interest out of that money, you can invest it into real estate, and this is how you want to make profit. You see, in life, there are different types of people. There are those who earn money, okay, every single day. And there are those who make passive money. Warren Buffett says, if you do not learn how to make money while you are sleeping, you're going to walk till you die. But that is not my plan for you, okay? I want to show you in the coming days how you can invest your money, how you can multiply your money. It's all about multiplication. What can we expect if we go to the boot camp? Do you have classes? Yes. So when you come to the boot camp, one of the things you will realize when you walk into our building is it is prepared for learning. Okay? We have a very neat, friendly environment. Our staff here are very, very professional. You will come in, you don't need to come with anything. The boot camp consists of your writing materials, meals for 3 days, and pretty much you're just cut off from the entire world just to come learn for 3 days. In 3 days, I will be here with you. I'll be teaching you every single thing that you need in the area of marketing, sales, real estate, and we'll be teaching you how to leverage, information, where to get the deals, where to get the funding, and it's just endless. And, as you can see on the screen, I give it to you every single thing. What I'm giving to you is actually knowledge worth over $23 million. And what are you paying? Maybe $3,500, maybe $2,500, depending on when you sign up. But what I can tell you is I will be giving to you knowledge that is going to help you for the rest of your life. So take it from me. And I always tell people, when I finish coaching you, you will need to pay
somebody else 4 times what you paid us or what you paid for the class to actually fail. Is Wealth Flow Bootcamp strictly coaching people on real estate or business in general? It is general. I mean, some of the people who attended the class have actually said when they left, the bootcamp actually helped them to become even better in their other areas. For example, I take you through the process of marketing. What is marketing itself? How do you market yourself as a person? Because a lot of people walk into the room and they just feel like, you know what, I want to do real estate. But no, it consists of mindset. I'm going to help you shape your mindset. I'm going to help you get your marketing game on. I'm going to get and show you how to build network. For you to walk into a room and somebody signs a check for $1 million, it takes a lot. How do you present yourself? How do you deal with other people? How do you manage people's money? And so many other stuff. So no, it's not just real estate. It's a whole package that I give to you. Thank you, Yakubu, for that question. Okay, tell me more about knowledge flow. So knowledge flow is one of the pillars of wealth flow. That is our community standard. We believe that for you to be able to give out something great, you need to have knowledge. And what we do is we pride ourselves by going out there to get the highest quality and relevant information that has to do with our industry. Be it real estate, be it building wealth, and so on. And what I do, when I get this information from my mentors, both the ones that I connect to directly and indirectly, is I come back to our communities and I share this knowledge. So there's a flow of knowledge every single time. And that's what makes our community amazing. I do not get this knowledge and just keep it to myself. What I'm doing is I'm taking over this information from my mentors and I'm sharing it with people who are in our community. And that is what knowledge is all about. And for you to share in this knowledge, I've given you the opportunity for you to come to our boot camp that is holding 10th to the 12th of November. Again, there is a link on the screen. You can take advantage of all the knowledge that you want in terms of real estate, marketing, sales, and so much more. In fact, some people have actually said that beyond just getting knowledge for the business, they've actually gotten knowledge for their personal life. Now, I don't know how that went, but what I do know is this is what I do every single day. And there is no hold barrier. I just give it to you the way that I'm doing it. That is what knowledge flow is all about.
Let's talk about relationships in business. You're a business person. You don't need any introduction. You're successful with what you're doing. Why are you still building relationships? I met you through JT Fox. We've met in 2 events now, one in Dallas, beautiful. I met your husband. We had a nice time. We talked about business. And again, I met you in California. We're playing golf with Hugh Hilton, who has done billions of dollars of transaction. Of course, our friend, JT Fox, number one wealth coach in the world and done millions and multi-millions of dollars. Why are you still going to all this stuff? Why? I mean, you should chill. Look at you. You made all this money. Why are you still going out there?
Uh, okay. So a lot of it starts obviously with, spreading the word, right? Because I realized back when 2008 had happened, that people weren't real estate investing the way that I real estate invest. So a lot of it has to do too with networking and building relationships so people can, handle transitions, which we're in the middle of another transition right now, right? Another big redistribution of wealth. And as long as everybody gets that knowledge, and spreads the word, right? I think that this world will have a lot less financial suffering, right? And that's kind of one of the big things for me that I just remember what it was like to not have networks and not have the ability to go to people for questions and answers to speed up the process, right? But building these relationships, it gives you freedom to do whatever deal I want to do, right? So if I wanted to go and do a big, huge apartment complex, I could give you a call, text you, or talk to JT or, Hugh Hill, like all these, people and all, the fellow hobby millionaires that are in my group.
Yeah.
because we know each other, we can talk with each other and, do bigger deals, do deals together, have plenty of money to do deals. Like right now, the biggest challenge isn't money. The biggest challenge
Yeah.
right now is, cloning myself because, to be able to,
You got to be five places at the same
I know.
time.
I wish I could do all the deals that come across my desk, right?
That's it.
So it's that scalability. So when I'm going and building those relationships, I'm looking at people that have big, huge corporations and expansion and global and international stuff, right? So that I can learn pretty much how to be scalable, right, with the good stuff that I've already created on my own thus far. But also it energizes me like to go around other people like you, like we would have never met if we hadn't been in the same circles, right, of
Correct.
meeting with people in top 1%,
Correct.
stuff like that. So I think it's great. I mean, it energizes me. I think it's wonderful to have new friends all the time that are connected doing different types of real estate so that we
Hmm.
can really get things done faster with our own groups, right? So your group, my group, everyone's group, we pull together in a cooperative business fashion, and sky's the limit. One.
Amazing. So you just talked about, people not taking chances on themselves, and you being a successful person in your own right. You've built, tons and tons of businesses. You're doing real estate all over the place, traveled. What are the three things, if you would think, three things that from your experience holds people back from taking action?
Okay, so obviously number one is money. I can tell you right now, Joseph and I are wealthy for a reason because we understand numbers. Okay.
Yeah.
And it's one of those things where as long as you have the right deal, even if you don't have the money, we understand the numbers and you will miraculously, a miracle
Boom.
will happen and you
You
will all of
miraculously
a
do
sudden have,
boom.
I know, boom, all of a sudden you have money that's shown up, right? And that's
Hmm.
kind of the way it works, So number one, obviously people say it's money. And I understand that because I remember what it was like to think that. And so I would say that's probably the biggest thing is the money. So now that we have that resolved between all the groups, right? So everyone's got money,
Yeah.
plenty of money as long as you have good deals. The second thing is the confidence and the knowledge of how to do the deal, right? So my thing is practice makes perfect. So I've told people, and what I did in college was I knew I was going to do real estate, so I got a job at an apartment complex. So instead of getting a job in something that's totally unrelated to real estate, holding them back is that knowledge. So if you get a job, let's say at an apartment complex, right? And your job is nothing but managing that place. I went into that apartment complex every day believing that it was mine. Okay.
Yes.
So I was learning how to run it, how to deposit the rents, how to lease it up. And I was there for 7 years and I kept them at 100% occupancy, which I thought was normal, which I find out today that's not normal. That's like, pretty
Yeah.
cool. But I was really young, doing this. So I didn't know the difference. I didn't know that that was unusually great, right? But that gave me the confidence to buy rental properties, on the side, right, as a hobby while working at the apartment complex because I knew 100% I could fill a 3-bedroom house with a tenant to be able to cover my mortgage. Okay. So
Correct.
that's the second thing is the experience and having the confidence that you can do it. So go get paid to learn, right? If you need to learn property management, go to a place that's going to pay you to learn property management, right? Or tag along
Correct.
with someone, which I call it investor support
Hmm.
an investor that's already doing it. And then you pretend like it's yours over and over again until you get that confidence that you can do it yourself, right? Or do it in a partnership, that kind of thing. The third thing I would say that holds a lot of people back, I would say from what I'm hearing with them doing it or not doing, I would say is your relationship with your significant other, right? With your family. So careful who you're friends with, right?
Hmm.
And even if you're doing this as a hobby, I would say keep it on the down low if they're not supportive. So everything you build, like you can be pumped up after listening to, Joseph and I, but then you get off of this particular, call right for an hour
Show.
and you get
Yep.
deflated because you got someone poo-pooing on your dreams, right? And I can tell you right now, every single person in this world needs to learn about real estate, even if it's just a basic factor, just to get yourself financially free so that, if you got hurt or something, you've got rent checks coming in that can cover, your bills on where you live, to eat, gas for the car, all the basics kind of thing. You don't need to take it to millionaire status, but just so that you can at least get yourself to financial freedom first, right? And not have people in your life that are going to keep that from you. Okay. Because a lot of us are susceptible to caring about what people think. And, I was very fortunate that, the people I was around while I was doing the Carlton Cheese No Down Payment program, I was in college. Everybody was going out, having a good time, doing football parties and drinking.
Mm-hmm.
And so everyone was like cheersing, and a closing would happen. I'd put a tenant into a place. So surrounding yourself with the right people, I was very fortunate that everyone that I was around at that time was very supportive in what I was doing.
Verás.